tried to record a few times and kept getting interrupted. But so today, later, I'm getting my grays covered. I hate how they just like appear and pop out of nowhere. Like literally, one night they'll be fine, and the next day I wake up and I'm like, and I go every 4 weeks. But anywho, doing that today, and then tonight we're going to the drive-in with our 2 oldest kids, and no, take that back. Our oldest and our youngest, and one of her friends, and some others. So looking forward to that. And I'm on no maintenance now. 160 is not my end goal weight, but it was my end goal weight before any skin removal surgeries. So when I started this journey, I honestly never thought I'd get to this point. So I never really thought about the loose skin. I never really thought about like what I'm going to do. And my face is showing the, 196 pound loss and all of that. My face, my arms, my stomach, my chest, my legs. But you have to stop and pause. And while it's not the prettiest thing to look at, would I rather have that, even if I never got it removed, because it is costly and it is painful and it is a long healing process, or would I rather have the weight back? And I would rather have the loose skin. I feel 1,000 times better, even with the loose skin. Now, confidence-wise, it's hard because you feel like everybody's looking at your loose skin, whether they are or not. But, it takes time. It takes money, which is not cheap. It takes time off. You have to have time to heal. You have to have somebody to take care of you for a few days. It wipes you out. So those are all things that I'm considering and taking into consideration as I start this next phase of skin removal surgeries. It probably will not happen quickly. It'll probably be a couple of year process, and I'm okay with that. But I am at maintenance. So with that being said, after all skin removal surgeries, I see I'd be about 145, 150, which would be good. That was my pre-pregnancy weight with my first one. I would be very, very happy with that. And I'm happy now. I just don't like the loose skin. So 160 was my goal with all the loose skin. I'm at maintenance. I've upped my calories, which that scared me to death because I was like, okay, now I'm going to start putting weight back on. I have not put weight back on. And 2 of the days since I hit my maintenance goal, I have not been able to eat my full amount of calories. For one, I am a summertime girl. I love the sunshine. I love being outside. I would thrive somewhere like Florida or Hawaii. And that being said, when it's hot, I just don't eat as much. I didn't even when I was overweight. I mean, I still ate too much, but I didn't eat as much as normal. When I was overweight, I could literally eat a Big Mac or a quarter pounder with cheese with a large fry and sometimes a double cheeseburger too and a Coke. Now I do not drink regular Coke. When and if I have a soft drink, it's a Diet Coke. I usually just drink water or flavored water. I definitely don't eat a lot of greasy, fatty, fried foods. I try to watch my nutrition. I try to make sure I'm getting in my protein. I'm trying to get in my vegetables and fruits and fiber. Enough carbs, but good carbs, not too many carbs and not candy bar carbs. But I still indulge. Like, if I've got the calories left and at night I want to sit down and have an ice cream drumstick, I do. I count my calories. And you can lose weight doing that. But anyways, I've not been able 2 of the days. So it's been 5 days now. I've been on maintenance. 2 of those days, I have not been able to get all my calories in. And today when I got up and weighed, I was at 159. So that wasn't really something I was trying to do. I'm not upset about that 1 pound because it may come back anyways. With being a woman and holding water or whatever, we fluctuate. I'm okay with that. I'd rather go down a pound than up a pound. But really I'm wanting to stay at 160. So that is important for skin removal surgeries, to maintain your weight, not continue to lose weight, not to gain weight. And then I just want to look healthy. I'm not trying to look like a 12-year-old or an anorexic woman. I just want to look healthy. And I think right now I look healthy and I don't want to go overboard. So that's not something I'm trying to do. But just like today when I ate, I wasn't able to finish all my food. So I tried. I really did try, but I couldn't. And again, it's not that I'm trying to continue to lose weight. I set that 160 goal and I've stuck to that. And yeah. So, but that's where I'm at. And I had a therapist appointment yesterday. Life has been really good in a lot of aspects. I published my book and I've had a lot of positive feedback from that, because right now my audience is mostly family and friends. I haven't really gotten a lot of marketing done. Haven't got a lot of strangers to get my book. A few, but not many. I'm working on that. I've got some things in motion for that moving forward the next couple, 2 or 3 months. I want to get into speaking. I submitted an application to do a program or a conference for that. So we'll see. It scares me, but I'm excited. But life being overwhelming, what do I mean by that? So I got sick. I got bronchitis. I was off a whole week. I didn't have PTO to cover that. So that took a financial hit. Then I messed up because I was sick, and my second job, I pushed hours to the next month thinking that was the end of the month, and it was really 2 weeks before the end of the month. So that hurt our income. We take care of a special needs guy that we love and we love and adore his family, and they're very good to us, and we love him like our own, and we work through a company that pays us to take care of him. So I pushed that, not thinking, like I said, I was sick, I didn't feel good, but in a way I needed that break. At my primary job, I've been feeling extremely overwhelmed. Extremely. And even though I keep telling my boss, my coworkers know, I'm just stretched way too thin. I have too much to do. I'm constantly in stress mode when I'm at work. And even though I express that to my boss, all I hear is, well, you can do it and you get it done. And yeah, I do, but at what cost? My sanity, my stress levels. And I can't just half-ass stuff. I'm not that way. I either do it or I don't do it. And if I'm doing it, I'm going to give 110% or more. So I take pride in my work. I take pride in what I do and put my name on. And with that being said, I've, started getting headaches, which we think are stress related. I've not had an image of my brain for 30 years. So in my 20s, I started getting extremely bad migraines. And when I started losing weight, I quit getting headaches and migraines altogether. In the last 6 months, I've had trouble getting my contacts and vision correct where I can see on the computer screen. I can see like looking out, but anything far away, it feels like there's a line going between my eye. When I look on the computer screen, it's the same thing. And so I'm squinting and I'm moving closer and closer to the screen all the time. It's making it very difficult to work, and it's giving me headaches. So I'm taking a break from work until we can figure that stuff out. And I do have a neurologist appointment made and a new eye doctor that I'm going to, since this one hasn't done me much justice, and see what they can come up with. I did find out that, inflation's killing us all, right? Unless we're just sitting on big old fat bank accounts. And then those people still hurt sometimes too. It just depends. We don't, but we are not getting a raise this year, and everybody gets the same raise. Nobody gets a merit raise. It's all the same, no matter what you do or don't do, how good of an employee you are. I did ask earlier in the year if our department could get a pay raise besides that, because on Indeed we are underpaid by $4 to $5 an hour. And I was told no, we were in the 75 percentile, so therefore we would not be getting that raise. But to be hopeful for the across the board raise. Well, guess what? We're not getting across the board raise. So with me being so overwhelmed at work and taking some time off and working on my mental health and my health, it makes me want to pause and think about what I want to do moving forward, job-wise. Do I want to look for something else? Do I want to focus on speaking engagements and book promotions? And I started Patreon. I'm going to start doing some podcasts. It's just, not happened yet. It's not something you don't decide today you're going to do a podcast and then record it tomorrow. You got to prepare. So that's kind of where I'm at. Yesterday I had a therapist appointment, which I love my therapist. She doesn't sugarcoat things for me and give me false, encouragement, but she helps me see things and understand that I've got to watch out and advocate for myself, my mental health, set the boundaries that I need to set to protect that mental health. She also reminded me that I am resilient, and while I've been through a hell of a lot, past, present, I still get up and keep going. And that I have made progress, because a few weeks ago I had a complete meltdown. I realized after the fact that I had been out of my hormone patch for over a week because the pharmacy was out, and that probably contributed a lot to that, plus just stress in general, and being overwhelmed and unappreciated at work. We had somebody retire who gave a 30-day notice, and it was 30 more days after she left before the position ever got posted. And guess what? The person still wasn't hired, and she retired August 30th. So I just don't feel like us being fully staffed and our workload is a priority at work. So again, that's something to think about and consider. And she, reminded me that while I had that breakdown, I didn't unpack and stay there. I didn't do what I would have done in the past. I would have went to bed. I would have self-medicated. And if I didn't have anything good to take, I would have taken Tylenol PM and went to sleep for days by doing that repeatedly. So I am proud of myself for not doing that. I'm sharing my journey. Some content creators want to share just the positives, and they acknowledge that life isn't all just great and fine and dandy, but the world is so full of negativity. They want to focus on the positive, and I commend them for that. And I think we need those kind of people out there. We are in an era of really a lot of influencers and creators, and we watch and admire people we don't ever know or meet. And so I think that's an important thing. But my platform is all about being raw and real and sharing my journey. So my journey has highs, my journey has lows, my journeys have triumphs, my journey has devastation, grief, my journey has times of I'm on top of the world and everything's going great and I feel wonderful, my mental health's in check, my life is in balance, and I have moments of I'm in a valley and nothing seems to go right. So I'm not on here to bitch and bellyache and moan and complain. I'm just here to be real and be honest with you guys. And if I can help encourage or influence anyone, I will say that going to therapy, writing my book, and starting that healing journey. Starting because I'm not finished. I'm still healing. I'm still working on my responses. So don't ever give up on yourself. Love you all.